Hello everyone and welcome back to CookieRun Cookie Trials with Alzuai Galcon, and in this episode I'm going to show you how I finally managed to beat Stollen Cookie's trial in normal rank difficulty, aka the diamond rank. And well, I know it was supposed to be called Stollen or something like that. I have no idea. The cake is supposed to be a German cake or something like that, but yeah, I have no idea this cookie actually existed until now. Anyway, if you like this kind of content, then be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to ring the bell so you won't miss out anything that I put on this channel. Everything is free, you don't need to pay, and by subscribing you make this channel grow and flourish even more, which makes me happy so I can create more content for you to watch. So yeah, Stollen Cookie. I'll just call her from now on like that, Stollen. There you go. Rather than stolen, which mean, you know, something is being stolen, and I'm pretty sure this cookie didn't stole anything. Pun intended anyway. Anyway, Stollen Cookie, and this cookie, I did mention that I didn't know this cookie existed until I actually take a look on the picture of the cookie itself on the internet, as in like the real cookie, and it turns out, yeah, I know this cookie exists because I've actually seen this cookie like a long time ago. Yeah, I think it was also during Christmas time, a long time ago, and I did manage to taste the cookie, what it's like in real life, and my opinions at the time that this cookie isn't very good. Maybe just me who not the cup of coffee for me, and yeah, for that moment on, I never tasted this cookie ever since. So this trial itself, it's actually quite tricky, believe it or not. It took me a couple of attempts to actually do this, and the reason why I failed so much is because of the skill, because you need to pay attention to where the train is going. Like, you cannot steer the train automatically, because if you do that, then the train will just go downwards and then hitting obstacles during the skill, which is not very optimized. And you might have noticed that I've actually reached the diamond rank, and that is because just before I made this video, I did manage to reach the diamond rank, but then I crashed into an obstacle and then basically ruined the recording. And even before then, when I played this trial for the very first time, the game got restarted. So it basically ruined another part of the recording again. So what you see is the edited version of that, because even the original version, the version which I played this cookie trial for the very first time, I deleted it because, as I said earlier, the game restarted itself. So the main strategy itself is something that I didn't talk about until now. So the treasure on the left is the gold berry bell. This is the newest treasure that is added into this update, which is the Christmas 2023 update. The middle one is the Starlight Nightlight. This was added quite a long time ago. I think this was added during the Starfruit Cookie update, and that was, I think it was April 2021, like a month before I played this game again. And last but not least, the treasure on the left side is the Double Scoop Frozen Bear. There you go, that's the name. It's quite a bit of a mouthful. Which is basically collecting frozen berry jellies, 100 of them, and then turn into gigantic balls of snow like that, and it drops even more jellies to collect. Anyway, oh, I don't believe it, I actually reached the 95th place. So yeah, now let's move on into conquering the trials again, but this time with the legendary treasure. It's obviously the Djinn treasure, or the purple one as I would call it. Now you might take a look at the thumbnail of this video and realize that the list is not quite right. It says that I am at 95th place, but then I put it at 98th place. And that's because the game takes a while, like 10 minutes to update the leaderboards. But when I see my rankings for the very first time, it puts me at like the 98th place. So yeah, I could say that at some point I did ended up on the top 100 of the leaderboards. By the time you watch this video, it won't be anymore, unfortunately. And there is one more alternative treasure to play this cookie trial, in case that if you didn't have the legendary treasure fully upgraded, as well as the Nightlight Starlight, and that is with the magic compass. I've seen it before just by a player who I forgot the player's name. So essentially this player uses the magic compass treasure, and this player also ended up in the top 100 of the leaderboard just like I am in this video. And there's one more thing to note just before I end this narration part. I've recorded the part where I managed to beat the cookie style, but this time on the hard difficulty, aka the rainbow rank. And after that, more Cartoon Noel content will resume. It will be most likely either midnight or it will be on tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me narrating this part of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves. This is Algebra Balcon signing it off, and see you on the next video. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.